Hello guys, so this is the first live review on the Mike Potter channel. I'm going to be talking about seeing Architects and Beartooth at the Victoria Polaris in Manchester. So let's get cracking. Right, so I missed the opening band Polaris because it took me ages to find the venue and chuck up my coat in the cloakroom and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, unfortunately didn't catch them, but I bumped into a mate at the show who said they were quality. So yeah, big up Polaris for that. So Beartooth then. So the emo punks turned up, played with a lot of energy and vigour, really got the crowd going, really brought the party. But a big problem for me with them was that the set list was lacking a little. I know Beartooth are touring a new album, and obviously their set is going to be more weighted towards that because that's what happens. But from someone who saw Beartooth in the early days in the UK, I saw them on Kerrang Tour in 2015, so I was kind of hoping that they'd be playing a lot more of those sort of songs that I know from Beartooth and connected with. Unfortunately, that's not the case, but they still played really fucking well. So yeah, a lot of the set for me was just me waiting for a lot of those earlier songs that I connect with and love quite a lot. And that might be a fault of my own, to be honest with you, with not really giving newer songs a chance in a live environment. With that being said, the rest of the crowd were well up for it. Like, they were hanging on every word, jump along to every fucking bouncy riff. It was quality. The second they walked on stage, the crowd parted and kids were flying fucking everywhere. It was chaos. Halfway through a Beartooth set, every member of Beartooth, bar the drummer, left the stage and we were trekked to a roughly 5-minute drum solo. And to be honest with you, when bands do that sort of thing, it's a massive fucking boner killer for the show. But yeah, overall, Beartooth put on a cracking live show, a quality band to have as main sport for a band like Architects. They really know how to get the crowd going. And despite it being somewhat of a criticism for me that they didn't play certain songs, when you can play a 9-song support slot and you can still leave it going, oh, I didn't play this and that, it kind of speaks volumes about their catalogue and what they can bring, and I'm really looking forward to seeing Beartooth on their own headline show where they get much more time to delve into that deeper material. Fucking Architects then. Oh man, this band, I didn't know where to fucking start. So they opened up the show with Death Is Not Defeat, and the second they stepped on stage, Sam Carter had every member of that crowd in the palm of his hand. To the extent where if he asked me to shoot my arm off, I fucking would have. So yeah, as far as the show production goes, when I walked into the venue where the support bands had their flags up at the front, you could see the Architects backdrop behind them, and it seemed like it was just the flag from All Gods Have Abandoned Us there. And I kind of thought, oh, it might just be a minimal show, just focus more on the sound, which makes perfect sense. But I was so fucking wrong. Once the Architects banner came down, it was a massive projection onto it. Some really cool artsy designs. And then, oh boy, do I fucking love some pyro. Fire there for days. When they kicked into Nihilist, like the fucking entirety of Victoria Warehouse yelled, "All our gods have abandoned us," back at the band when that part kicked in, and it was fucking chaos. So yeah, in live shows, I think it's become a bit of a cheap trick for bands just to throw a hey hey into their song lyrics to get a bit of crowd participation. And Architects aren't really that sort of band, they're much fucking better. They craft their songs with such fucking brilliant sing-alongs that you could throw any sort of words in there and the crowd would just sing them all right back at you. And in metal music, that's actually quite a rarity these days. Before the band kicked into downfall, they took a moment to reflect and talk about what had happened within the Ariana Grande concert that happened in Manchester a few years ago. And it was really fucking lovely to see a band who's come from a completely different musical world just talk about the unity and the resolve of the people in Manchester to come back even stronger, like despite an obviously fucking horrific incident, and it was just really nice to see. So the band kick into Naysayer, and my fucking god, particularly in a live environment, that song can bring down absolute mountains. It's just absolutely crushing and heavy and powerful from the word go, and it doesn't let up at any point throughout the song. It's amazing. So there's absolutely masses of crowd participation throughout These Colours Don't Run, and particularly during that "you fucking pigs" line, and I don't think there's a single person in the venue that wasn't chipping in with that when it happened. So the band leaves the stage for that age-old scripted encore. And for me, that's kind of a farce these days. I'd rather a band maybe chuck in another song during that time opposed to just walking off the stage and walking back on as everyone else does. When a band make it back on stage, absolutely fucking 100% not a dry eye in the house when Gone for the Wind kicks off. A massive burst of emotion from the band, which is what you'd imagine considering what the song is. You get a sense that it's really cathartic for the guys in the band to be playing this one. After some fucking lovely words from Sam talking about everyone in the band and how they're all pulled together through what has been obviously a really fucking difficult time, They end up playing Doomsday, and my fucking god, the venue descends into chaos. There's absolutely fucking limbs everywhere. Everyone's either singing along at the top of their lungs or throwing themselves into the crowd, or both. But yeah, a top-notch performance from Architects. The only real gripe for me is that I didn't delve in some of their earlier stuff, maybe from Hollow Crown or The Here and Now. But I know the band are very strong in their point of they want to look forwards and not backwards. And that's something you really got to respect from them, to be honest with you. So yeah, that was Architects and Beartooth. A really fucking strong contender for Gig of the Year already, and they've really set the bar for everyone else here. Thank you guys for getting this far into the video. If you enjoy what you've seen, then please subscribe, share it with your friends, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.